What's up, guys? It's Cyan. We're back, and this is another Should You Play, and this is going to be on Final Fantasy Mobius. Now, this is an Android mobile game, but it crossed over to PC platform. It's going to be on the Steam client. You can play it on Steam, and it's actually pretty good on Steam. Now, those of you who may be new to my channel, my Should You Plays are usually 15 points. I'll talk about 15 points, and sometimes games don't exactly fit the 15 points. Like, this doesn't really fit it that well. But I still go over the 15 points anyway and try to do it to my best to get you to let you know if you should be playing or you shouldn't be playing and how you should go about doing things. Now, the very first thing that we start off with, which is number one, is the pricing plan. The pricing plan in this game is free to play, and technically you never really have to spend anything. You just never have to. If you play the game like religiously, and I do mean religiously, you gotta play it religiously to get ahead. It's free to play. If you play it religiously, you get most of everything that you need over the course of time if you're patient. It's not going to be a quick thing. It could be luck if you want it to be. You can even do what people normally do is in the very beginning of the game, what they do is they'll load the game in, make an account, and if you get like a special like job card, they keep it. Say like I have this card right now. Let me go into the like this is a rare job card right there. It's my very first one, my ace striker. After about 4 or 5 months of playing, I eventually got my the ace striker card, and it's super strong. It's one of the highest DPS cards that you can get as a job, and got it for free. I haven't spent nothing on this game whatsoever. Now the next thing you need to know about all of that is that every day this is going to fill up, and you need to make sure that it does not fill up. You see it takes about 16 and a half hours for it to fill up. Just make sure that you come back and don't allow that to happen. What that does is actually give you these mithril crystallites that you can actually use, which you definitely positively need to do. I'll show you in a second. Let's go down to shop, and you want to purchase the Mobius gift box. The Mobius gift box is going to give you 6 free summon tickets, which you can now use on actually maybe you want to randomly summon something out, maybe like a skill card or a job card. That's for free. You get that every month for free, as long as you make sure that you manage this properly and come back at enough time. It's something that you don't have to spend anything on. You don't have to spend any money on this. I'm just gonna show you how I get down with this game. You get 20 ability tokens, you get 1 spirit ticket, an elixir, 5 phoenix down, 5 crystals, 1 growth star, what's an exchange jar, 1 mog amulet, 2 skill seed boost, 3 regular gift items, mystic tablet, a metal cactar. See right there. And what you cannot do is if it's not done yet, because sometimes you'll actually end up with the way the system works with more, you'll end up with at 30 at 3,000 again, and it's no reason for you to do it again, and the game won't actually let you. You need to let all of this run out. It needs to go to the 25 and go to 0, and then you repurchase it again and you get the items all over again. That is good, because what that does is that allows you to actually, let me see, I'm going to the wrong thing. Let's go back to the shop. That allows you to go into the summon area and summon jobs. Now you can go here if you want to. It costs 6 to actually do that. I'm not going to do that because there's no reason for me to do that right now, unless there's something super great that I need to get. I have like a legendary job right now, so I don't really need to actually go into that. So I can just wait until another legend class comes in that's super good, and there is going to be one at the 4th. Today's the 3rd right now when I'm doing this video, so around the 4th, if I have up to 6, then I will go into great ability summon right here and use my 6 right there, and then maybe try to get some greater abilities, and then on top of the great abilities, and maybe get one of those legend jobs. Alright, so number 1 took a long time. Character creation, there's only 1 character. We're talking about number 2 now. Number 2 is character creation. There's only 1 character. You can only be him. You can change into different variations of him depending on the classes that you pick. So you see right now, my Dark Knight is another one. I think Dark Knight was a legend class, but I'm not too sure. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong on that. Let's go back. Alright, so you see he changes into that as Dark Knight. As the assassin class, he changes his look, and Onion Knight, he looks like that, and that's pretty much how he changes. That's the character customization, character creation. Cash shop. Now I just showed you the shop. but I didn't show you all the shops. So what initially happens in this game is you can purchase magicite, which is what these little blue things are right here. You can see right there, and those are the prices right there. Sometimes classes come out, and this is where it gets expensive. The classes are like 12,500. They cost $75 to actually do that. That's why a lot of people will keep spamming in the beginning. They'll remake their accounts over and over again until they get a legend class like right in the beginning. You can keep doing that. You can just delete your account. Like, you make an account and see what you get, and if you get something slack, just remake your account again. That's what a lot of people do. It's cost effective. Like, you can't beat free. Like, you can't beat that at all. So, alright. No, there's no auction houses selling, but however, there is multiplayer in this game. And multiplayer actually allows you to, let's just go in and I'll fight something random so you can see how I look, how it looks. Right, you see I have Sephiroth's sword from the event, and I basically have Titus is from Final Fantasy X skill set. So that's pretty nasty overall to have that combination. But yeah, there's no auction house selling, but the multiplayer, when you do multiplayer dungeons, you can trade things back and forth and then get really powerful cards. They're interesting. Takes a little while to grind them out, but the multiplayer is actually a little bit fun in this game and a little bit strategic, and a lot of people do videos on how to beat bosses solo and stuff like that, because you can do that. You can put together 4 people or 4 people from your actual deck. Like, you can make like a tank class, you can make like a DPS class like what I have right there. You have a healer, assassin, maybe another buff class type slash DPS, and you can actually use all your own deck and multiplayer, or you can just get friends together and not be antisocial. Alright, the graphics in this game is actually pretty good, especially on PC. It's pretty fun overall to actually see the graphics in this game, and it's like it's basically a mobile game. There's my special from Titus, you know, if you remember that. It's pretty good overall. Sexiness. I got a new best score because I used Titus. Last time through with this, I was pretty much using Dark Knight. So Dark Knight is not as DPS as this is. We're just gonna keep going in here and doing this while I talk to you guys. Combat and spells, as you can see, you can use various cards. The cards are your actual combat and spells. The cards represent, you know, various attacks from the Final Fantasy world. They're pretty cool. When you go in right here, you see, like, I have Barret right there. Like, I just used Barret's Firebomb right there. I have a Wind class. I have a Water class type. I have Cindy, which is a free event card that we just got from the last event. The event ended yesterday, but it's pretty cool overall. And basically how you do that is you have these skill seeds that are out here, and you see them pop up at the top. And if you have enough skill seeds according to what the card needs, if it's 4 or 5 to attack, then you could attack. If you don't want to use them and you just want to get them out the way, you can absorb them, and then they become actual skill resistances, and sometimes you even heal off them. Now my sword right now makes prismatic, which you can use anything. Those right there, see the rainbow ones that I just used, you can use them on anything. So if you have 1 water and you need 4 water, if you have 3 prismatic, then you can now use that skill, because prismatic can be used on anything. That's why I love this weapon, this sword. It just allows me to spam and do whatever I need to do. My class is just ridiculous with this. I don't think I'm ever going to change this sword unless there's a different prismatic weapon. This Sephiroth sword is just going to be used forever. And I got that from the Final Fantasy VII crossover event. So, you know, there's a lot of crossover events that makes things pretty fun. Storyline and plot, it's kind of generic, but it got better towards the end once you start filling out. I don't want to spoil it for anything else like that, but in the beginning you're gonna be like, bro, I get it, like this is typical Final Fantasy type stuff, but it starts to change up on you now. Like, they're starting to get really good with the story, so pretty good. That was number 7. I'm forgetting the numbers, but whatever, you guys get it. 8 classes is what I actually showed you. There's various legend jobs. Those are the classes. You can be anything from a tank to a assassin type, DPS, to a healer, to a CC type of character. See right there, like that's pretty much like the Warrior of Light right there. That's one of the pretty pretty cool overall. You see like the Dark Knight, stuff like that. And of course I'm a striker, based off of Titus's class. So the classes are pretty cool, but they're based off of whatever cards that you have. You can level up your cards and they can become other things, but most of the legend classes, they stay the same way and just get stronger. There are other base classes that are in the game. They can actually branch out and become other things. Like Knight can become Paladin, Onion Knight can go into like Warrior and stuff like that, and Mage could be like White Mage, Blue Mage, Red Mage, things like that. So yeah. Alt and replay value, this game doesn't really have replay value. Once you see it, you see it. To be honest with you, and the only way that you're gonna have an alt is you make a totally different account. And the only reason why you would want to do that is unless, like I told you guys in the very beginning, you want to try to spam things and be different and see if you can get a like a legendary class like this one or something like that. But they do have Cloud, and this I didn't get Cloud. I tried hard. I like used up all my tickets because I had saved a lot of tickets, and I just didn't get Cloud, and I was sad, but it's what it is. Dungeons, this game typically is just a dungeon runner. You're doing nothing but dungeons. There's no open world except for like little story parts where you can run around and talk to people, but that's about it. I'm 11 trade skills. It does have a little bit of a trade skill system, and what that does is allow you to rank up your cards and rank up other things, and it's not typically a trade skill system. It's more like upgrades and stuff like that. And like I said, in the multiplayer, the trade skills and that is basically you can put stuff together and get different rewards and put cards together in the multiplayer. And the cards are actually pretty strong, but people really don't use them that well. I guess it's because it just takes a little time to do it. PvP. There's no PvP. There's no player versus player really. You can face like other items and other like player like classes, but there's really no PvP right now. I kind of wish there was. It would be interesting if there was. Just to even fight templates of other players would be cool, but there's really none of that right now. There's no guilds either. You can just get friends together if you want to and have like a little group or something like that, but there's no real guilds. Raids in the end game, the multiplayer I guess would be typically considered raid because you can fight legendary bosses and summons and stuff like that. So I guess that'd be raids in the end game, which leads us to the last, which is the conclusion and the score. Now I like this game. It's a Final Fantasy game, and I like the fun that you can have over it. Now you're looking at me play it in auto, but you don't have to. It's actually a little bit more fun to play it, and control it. And I actually think this is one of the better mobile games out there. It doesn't get talked about a lot. It doesn't get a lot of press, but it's one of the better mobile games out there. It's pretty fun overall. Like there's the Cloud right there, and I don't even know what that is. Like I don't know who that is. Is that like the new Knight class or something? I don't know what that is. But you see, like this guy, he pretty much has. It looks like Noctis right there, and he has some pretty good cards. He actually has the Cloud Earth card going on right there. He has Aerith, and this was actually based off of he was a boss. This is the guy from Record Keepers, and he's actually a boss, and you get that card from fighting that boss. So they have a lot of cool things in this game. If you're a Final Fantasy fan and you just look for something on the go, this is the game for you. This is where you could have a lot of fun. So I don't have much else to say for you guys. I give this game a 2.7, which is like one of my higher scores for a should you play out of 3. So that's 2.7 out of 3. You should definitely try this game out and have a little bit of fun with it. It's an easy, simple game to get into, and you never technically have to pay for anything. I just gave you like the hint right there. So if you do want to pay for anything, that's on you, but you really don't have to. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace, and I suggest this game to everybody.